is a western diamondback rattlesnake. And I want to talk a little bit about it first before I bring it out. It's arguably the most dangerous snake in North America, simply because it has a very wide range from eastern Texas all the way to Coachella Valley in California. It gets to a very large size. It's a very nervous snake, so it's very apt to bite. It is a pit viper, so it gets that 3D infrared image at night, and the real long fangs to inject a whole lot of venom really deep. There's a couple of myths that I want to talk about. One of them is the idea that getting bitten by a bigger snake isn't as bad as getting bitten by a baby snake. How many of you heard that nonsense? All right, we'll do just a common sense experiment. Would you rather be bitten by a snake with a head the size of a dime or a grapefruit? Duh! I would rather get bitten by the little one. Even if it did give me every drop. That's not even as much as in the fang of the big one, right? So, duh. Besides that, all snakes meter their venom. They give as little as they can to do the job, because if something goes wrong, it bites that animal and it runs off, and say a hawk grabs the animal and takes off. Well, he's still got to get food. He needs venom. That's how he gets his food. So they're not going to give it all. They meter it. They give what they think they need, and they can meter each side independently. Okay, so we have a video up here that shows it graphically, how it'll put some out on this side and some out on this side at different times. So they do that. Okay, in the rattle, there's no fairy dust, beads, or venom. It's just loosely interlocked segments that vibrate back and forth. It's the fastest vertebrate movement on the planet, and they can do that for up to 3 hours without fatigue. You can't tell the age of the rattlesnake with the rattle, because a baby is going to shed 3 or 4 times a year and add a new segment each time. After about 6 or 8 of them, they start breaking off from wear. And the older the snake gets, the less it sheds. In the northern provinces, in prairie rattlesnakes timbers, they may shed once every 2 years. So that's not a good indicator of age. All right, now we're going to demonstrate the speed of the strike for you. I want you to keep in mind all that I've told you about this. They have those long fangs folded against the roof of the mouth. So they're going to have to open the mouth, rotate those fangs forward. It's about a 180-degree rotation between the fang and the opening of the mouth. Inject the venom, pull back, and be ready for another strike, and they do it really, really fast. Oh, he's so glad to see me, too. Very happy snake. All right. Now the great thing about this snake is you can tell it really likes me because it's wagging its tail. So when you go home, if you have a pet like this, it's always happy. All right, let's see if we can get him to, I want him to wake up a little bit here. Let's see what we can do. I want to make sure everyone gets to see it. Hey, you with me? Ha-ha. Once in a while, I actually outsmart him. He don't care. I think everybody's had it by this time of day. Come on. Hey, you gonna do this or what? He says, fight it yourself. Pretty quick. Maybe he changed his mind. All right. So after all the wonderful things I've told you about the venom of these creatures, maybe you're saying to yourself, why do we need to preserve those? After all, we do have gopher snakes, corn snakes, and all that. They provide a place in the food chain. They eat rodents and all that. But what a lot of people don't realize is that one of the richest protein biodiversities on the planet is in the venom gland of these snakes. And a lot of medicines come from these guys that you're probably not aware of. Maybe some of you know some people that have heart problems or diabetes and have severe kidney problems. They're probably taking captopril, which is designed after the venom of the lancehead viper from South America. If you know somebody that has unstable angina, another heart problem, They're probably taking integralin, which comes from the pygmy rattlesnake in Florida. If you know somebody that has breast cancer, soon they'll be using consortistatin from the copperhead. If you know somebody that has deep thrombosis, that's clots in the legs, they're probably taking echostatin from the saw-scale viper. If you know someone that has multiple sclerosis, soon they may be using a medication derived from those cobras that I showed you. So every time we wipe out something like this, really we're only hurting ourselves. The balance is in our favor. Lancehead vipers in South America may have killed thousands. But every year since 1981, I believe it is, millions of people worldwide get captopril to save their lives. So we might want to think about what we're doing when we're killing venomous snakes. I'm going to open up for questions. If people have questions, you can ask. If I don't know the answer, I'll just lie.